¿Cómo están, mi gente?
Okay, let's start. How is everybody doing? How are we all
Irma, ¿tú estás
doing,
grabando en
people?
inglés?
Irma, are you recording in English?
Irma.
Yes, estamos
Ok,
muy bien.
Yes, I'm recording and
ok.
we are doing great.
Déjame yo grabar en español.
Okay, let me start recording in Spanish.
All right, chicos.
All right,
Guys,
guys.
whoever here is in
So,
English, remember right here in the bottom, we have a globe. Pick the globe and you're gonna be able to put it in your language, in English or Spanish. Si lo necesitan en español, aquí está en español, pero la clase en español, so no lo van a
but the
necesitar.
class is going to be
All
in
right.
Spanish, so please select
¿Cómo
English.
están
If you're
todos? Si
an
se me
English
pueden
speaker, so
prender
how is
las
everybody
cámaras,
doing?
por
Please, if you
favor,
can
para
turn
no
on
estar
your
hablando
cameras,
solo
please.
nada más,
So I'm not
¿verdad? Que
talking
aquí
to
siempre veo a
myself.
Sandra,
I
que siempre
always
está
see
conmigo aquí
Sandra
mientras
here.
grabamos
She's always
todo,
with me. She
siempre
never
está,
leaves
está
me
conmigo,
alone.
entonces
She's
cámaras en el
constantly
día.
here learning.
So, gracias, Janet, tú
So thank
también,
you,
que
Janet.
sé que
See,
estás
also you.
trabajando en camino a tu
But I know
casa,
that you're working on your way home
porque a mí me gusta ver las caras de
because I
ustedes.
like to see
No me
your
gusta ver nada más ver ustedes,
faces.
déjame
I
ver
don't
a
want
mí.
to be talking on my own. I see my face every day. I want to see different faces. All right. So let's start with this. But I want to talk a bit about something um that my wife and I are analyzing, okay? We're doing analytics, and one of the things that in absolutely everything, regardless of it being this business, be in real estate, coaching, whatever business that we have, it is crucial to be educated, the education that you receive. So let me say this again. It is crucial, the education that you receive. Why? Because what you receive and what you understand and what you believe is what you are going to do. Okay? So if you're receiving incorrect information, incorrect education, that's what you're going to believe and that's what you're going to do when you're out there. And that happens a lot in many things. And we've learned about this in our path to faith with other people. What they have in them is obviously what they are going to do. So something that we constantly do is train, invest money in knowledge, in training. So now what I want to ask you, I want to ask you something. How serious are you taking this decision that each one of us takes to be here? Okay? And obviously you can put it in the chat if you'd like. Don't do it if you don't like to. There's not a correct reply or an incorrect reply. But I want you to ask yourself this, okay? Because one of the things that we've learned, as I said, and I learned this because it took me a lot of time to learn, is that I don't know. And if I don't know, I'm going to pay somebody to teach me so I don't have to go through the day-to-day things. Since I didn't know how to do Airbnb, I paid somebody $7,500 to learn to do Airbnb. I don't know how to do courses, and I paid someone $50,000 so they could teach me to do courses. Those $50,000 that I paid this person to teach me to do courses or workshops became millions of dollars. And with each one of the business that we are with, it is important for your education to not be only what you're receiving. Because we are limited. I can't work with any of you right now. With the people that I am working one-on-one is with the people who have their teams, who have grown a bit in their teams. And okay, why can I not work one-on-one with everybody? Because just like you don't give a child everything at once, because they're not going to appreciate it then, right? I cannot work with everybody at the same time because afterwards it's Carlos, 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 Carlos. And I don't want them to be asking, Carlos, how do I do this? Carlos, how do I do that? I want you to learn. Because if you don't learn, what are you going to do the day of tomorrow? So this type of education is crucially important. And one of the things that we just learned for this business, and something that I would like and that I hope doesn't offend anybody, because many times by mistake I might offend someone. I never 100%, I can assure you that I never want to offend anybody because that's not who I am. But sometimes I can speak a bit loud. In the world, let me see if I can see this. Irma, could you please search quickly for the 7 phases of finances, please, that we use?
Okay.
Okay, one moment. And there are different types of people in the world, right? And there are people that you've spoken to about this business, and I've said no. Have you said no to somebody about starting a business, or am I the only one? Right? And one of the things that we're seeing is what kind of person are you talking to? And I want you to pay a lot of attention to this. This is something that I want you to hear clearly. The people who have said no to you, where are they financially at? Ask yourself that, okay? Do you know why? Because the person who needs the money is not willing to fight for what they need. You know why? Because more than 15, 20, 25 years ago, they need it and they haven't done anything to go search for it. And we think that it's going to start now. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that you can't do it because I did it myself. You know what I mean? So my light bulb turned on and I went out with this idea. But for the last year of his or her life, this person hasn't done anything to change his financial status. Now, if we change the prospect and we go to one person who already earns money, who already has money, you know what that person wants? More money. And that person already has a correct mentality to see an opportunity and to know, okay, this is something that I can do, and this can generate 5, 6, 7, 15, $20,000 extra each month because that person already did it. The person who has a poor mind, on the other hand, already hasn't woken up to say, I have to do something different to be able to change my life. And the person who is already earning money has that mindset and can see a good opportunity in front of them. Because right now, as I was saying to you previously, my wife and I think we are the people that have more people in their team. But where are they? Where are those people? There's 80 people here. And it's not only my team, it's Jay's team, it's America's team, it's teams all over the world. I'm not only talking about my personal team. It's almost 700 people. So what that told me is that there are people there with the incorrect mindset for this business. Now, who am I going to change and who am I going to talk to now about the business? That's one point that I wanted to get through. And the second point is that this business has 2 phases, right? It has a level of sales and the level of negotiation. If we only talk about the benefits of the patch, guess who you have? who you're going to have now. You're going to have people who only want the benefit of the patch, but they don't want to have anything to do with the business. And in this business, if you don't want partners to work the business with, you don't have a business. My wife and I, we did a test. I don't know if you saw it. We did a different kind of reel. We didn't talk about the benefit of the patch. We didn't talk about what it's going to do because truly, you don't care what it's going to do. You don't care about the benefit. I have to know what it is that you need for me to be able to give it to you because I can think that you are thinking in the benefit of how the patch is introduced. And what you want to know is how to earn 5,000 extra dollars a month, truly. But I am giving you an information which you don't care about. And that is why you say no to the business, because you didn't talk about what I wanted to hear. Now, if we are constantly talking about these patches being the best that there are, that is not going to sell. That is not going to bring the person. I'm going to give you an example. How many companies of direct sales exist right now out there? So let me give you an example now. Why would somebody enroll here and not with Jimena in a pharmacy or somebody over there when her husband is here? What is the difference? Because each company is going to say they have the best product. Each company is going to say they have the best compensation plan. Each company is going to say that they're the best. Every company. So how are you going to position yourself above other people? There is no competition, somebody said. What am I going to give to the people that I'm talking to, the people that I'm working with, that nobody else is giving? So that's why one of the things that my wife was saying, she was saying, hey, I charge $1,500 an hour just to sit down with me for an hour. Come and be associated with me. I'll be your mentor. That can be something that you can work with. There are people here that we knew, and now we're going to spend the weekend in Dallas with. And other things can come out of there, and other things, and other things, and the door open now. So what is it that you're going to do? What is it that we are going to do to be totally different to the rest of the people that talking about a product? Because everybody's out there saying, my compensation plan is the best. My product is the best. What is the difference between you and them? What is the difference between them and myself? So this is something that we have and that we obviously need to take into consideration when we go out there, because if I just want to tell you like 700 people and Mike has 104 and he earns a lot more money than we do. So truly what they're saying is that you have to be personal. And many times we're saying, oh, yes, it's a numbers game. Yes, we have to be recruiting because you never know who is going to be the next runner. But it's much more difficult when we go out there and we talk to somebody who has a poor mind than when we talk to somebody who already came with a business, who already generated money, who doesn't need this to live, make a living. I don't need this to make a living. Jay definitely does not need this to make a living. And we can guarantee that we work more than many of the people. And we don't need it, but we see it. We see the opportunity. We see the chance that there is. A person with a poor mind, at the moment of there being an issue, is going to surrender. Why? Because they've been surrendering their whole lives. And as I'm saying, I don't want to offend anybody. It's lack of education. But each person has the ability to choose what kind of life I want to have, to choose what decision I'm going to take. And I can choose to take that decision. I'm not going to give up. That's what I choose. In the other company that we used to be in, that we are in, financial services, there was an African man who speaks English, and I still don't understand him. During 3 years, I think he generated $30,000 or 9 million a year. He never surrendered. But it's his mindset. We have to have, and we have to search for those people that have the correct mindset. Let me see if I can show you this very quickly. Okay, perfect. Let me share this for a moment with you. So you can see this. For the people who are in Miami and who are with us in Airbnb who've seen this, can you see it too? Can you see it too? Yes, we can see it. Yes? Jaretsi, can you see it? Okay, thank you. Look at this, 89% of the world, look at where they live. Look at where they're living. The financial level, the financial statement, not a lot of income, emergency, savings, nothing, less than $500. 3 months of saving. This is the third scenery, that 89% of the people out there. So if you talk to 100 people, 89 of them are going to be involved in this. Do you think that these two people here are going to see that opportunity? There is a very, very, very high chance that they're not going to see the opportunity because they're not educated for this. And I'll say it again. I am not trying to speak bad about anybody, but I'm just giving you the math, the numbers. And what happens with us? We spend the whole time talking to these people. And the first chance that they see that they didn't earn the money that they thought they were going to earn, they left your business. And now you don't have a business anymore. Now you come here, forget about that 1%. We're not even talking about that 1%. Look at the 10%. The emergency fund from 6 to 12 months. Debt, there's some debt with manageable consumption without debt. Type of investment with the main residence. Retirement plans. Different skills to be able to generate high income. These are people who are living mentally, have gone through something to reach that level. And so when they can see an opportunity, they can say, okay, this is interesting. Why do you think that we have doctors in the company? Offices of doctors in the company. Mike doesn't have any financial education. Irma, sorry, could you mute them, Irma?
Yes.
Thank you. Mike doesn't have any financial education, but he opened his own business before he did the battles. So his mindset, I don't have any financial education, but I went through all this. But I took a decision during all this time to say, okay, I want to get out from where I am and reach another level. What do I need to do? Most of the people are not willing to do that. You know why? Because it's very comfortable to just stay where you are. The commodity of what you're used to having. And you know what? This business is not a business of being comfortable. If you don't have the prepared mindset for what is coming, you're going to leave because they're going to say no to you. People in this rank, in this side of 89% who are in your life, they're going to say that you're crazy because you want to go to the side of your life. And those are the same people that you need to ask yourself and say, would you change places with that person? Those are the people that are going to steal your dreams. Those are the people who are going to say no because they're comfortable here. So what do I want you to take into account before we start with the compensation plan? Who do we want to talk to? Talk to all of them. But where are you going to put your effort? Because we need people who have a mind, but are also people of influence. And I'm not talking about influencers on the streets. I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about people that when they arrive, because of who they are, the mindset that they have, they're going to have other people that are going to say, you know what? Jay and I, for example, we are business partners in 3 or 4 business. Jay is a person of influence. Forget about who he is. Forget about his job. Forget about everything else. It's Jay. Let's go, Jay. Jay is a multi-millionaire because he works harder than people that don't have anything. Haven't you asked yourself that? It's because of the mindset. That's why it's so important, the education that you're receiving. Here, you're listening to this every day. If you're hearing to the incorrect people, if you're hearing to negative people in your life, you're not going to have a business. I'm saying that since now. But, if I don't say this, who is going to say it to you? And my job isn't painting the beautiful painting and telling you that everything is going to be well, because this is a real life, and I've lost a lot of money. And not doing this, doing exactly the opposite. And why am I going to lose time if I already lose both our time and money? So if I can share my experience and my wife can share her day experience and Jay can share his experience, why do you have to go through it if we already lived through everything that, and so did you? All we have to do is put it into action. Because numbers, you can see it here. 80 people in this call, and us personally, almost 700 people. There are people that haven't taken this business seriously. That's why when you started, I asked you, how seriously are you going to take the business? That's going to determine where you're going to get to. I hope I didn't offend anybody. If I offended somebody, I'm sorry. No, not at all. Please mute your phones, mute your tablets, your computers, please. Okay? So let's start with the compensation plan. Let's start with that. If somebody can write something in the comments quickly, because I want to focus in the part that most of you have. If you're having issues with the compensation plan, okay? If you can write here, what things have you confused? Where are you having difficulties trying to understand the compensation plan? And if not, we can just do a role play. The cycles. I'm new. I would like to check how this goes. Okay, I'm new. Okay, perfect. Let's do everything, okay? Don't worry. Let's do everything. Let's go for it. I know that we have to do role play, but these weeks we learned a lot about all this. I had a very important reflection talking about this. That's why we didn't actually do the role play, but I thought this was something very important for you and also for me to listen to it because what we say to you is only for you. It's like when we talk, people think that the preacher, the one who preaches the message, is for the rest of the people, but normally it's more for us than for anybody else. So let's start again. So what is crucial here, guys, and most for the people that are here for the first time, let me share my screen. Wait a second. All right. Let's see. All right. So I want to touch a topic with you very quickly. The first part, the people who are here for the first time. How many of you have been here for the first time? First of all, welcome. Welcome everybody who's here for the first time. And I know that you started with an interesting call today. Welcome. And now the importance of this business. We have 4 ways in which we get paid. But if we talk about when we start talking to somebody about this business has different faces in the business. So when you enrolled into the business, you saw that they asked you for an auto shipment, right? So this is something very important that everybody that you enroll from now onward have the auto shipment. Why? For 2 reasons. The auto shipment, first of all, is going to generate a sales every month automatically, right? Which what that does to us is that it produces what is called a cash flow. Money during the times that you're asleep, earning money incoming with a job that you did months ago. So if I program you with an auto shipment, you fell in love with the patches every month. The people who are in other teams have their auto shipments automatically turned on, and those are points for us, and those become sales. And it becomes money in your pocket. That's number 1. For you as a business partner, and for the people that you're going to enroll into the business when they say, no, I don't want an auto shipment, the way in which we can fight against these objections is that this is like the rent that you're going to pay with your business. I know that Janelle pays like $40,000 a month or something like that for her therapy business that she has. I pay 200 in this other one. How much do I pay $200 here? How much do you want to pay? You understand? That is when we talk about when we say rent, and at the same time they send you the patches that you're going to use. My wife and I have all the patches. I have the patches on right now. I have 3 or 4. I don't even know. I'm like a patch with legs, right? But that is why we're in the business. That's what we're in the business for. And whoever says to you, and here we go again, with the mindset of you not being able to understand that you have to pay $177 a month for starting into a business, 29% chance that that person is not going to be successful in the business. Now, where do you want to lose your time in? Where do you want to put your time in? Trying to convince this person, hey, and some people cannot understand it. And you say to them, hey, This is what the company is going to do so you can open your business. Oh, okay, now I understand. Okay, perfect. They understood. But if I explain about the auto shipment, what it is, I pay each month only to have my websites, thousands of dollars. And here they are. How much do I have to pay in shipments in the e-commerce of my wife a month? And it's clothes. This is something that they do themselves for $197 or possibly $160, depending on the patches that you choose. If you can't see that, my conversation with you ended. Because I am going to earn how much? $30? And now that person can maybe enroll 2 people, and then the auto shipment will disappear and you lost a manager because that person didn't do the auto shipment. Let me put my energy in the people who are understanding. And that's just an example. Most of the people who are not going to understand this, almost 80%, I want to focus on the 20%. Who are the people who are going to grow the business? So this is very important. You have to have your auto shipment. How are you going to do it? Here, when the people are already in your organization, I'm telling you, it's much more difficult. Hey, you need to do the auto shipment now. First of all, we were not honest if we didn't say it from the beginning. You need to be honest with people. We're not going to lie to anybody here. Because if you're trying to earn, maybe they will enroll as a diamond, sorry, as a premium, and you're going to earn $400. And then tomorrow they're like, oh, hey, I forgot you have to do the auto shipment. The person is going to look at you and say, hey, but you never said that when we were enrolling. So now you just lost the client and you just lost your credibility. And the credibility, I don't know you, but mine is worth much more than $400. So it's very important, as I said, if you enroll and you start using that, it's going to be a headache to try to do it again. If you want to try to do it here, the monthly subscription here, you can see it. When you want to do it for a person that already enrolled, and remember that all these videos are uploaded on our board's platform. And there you can see all the trainings that we have. So you go here to patches. You choose the patch that you'd like, which is, for example, this sleeve. And underneath here, let me see if you can put it in Spanish to see if you can see it better, even though I have to understand it myself. You have the monthly subscription. When you give it to them, you're going to see it up here on the cart. You're going to see the cart here. You're going to put the information. If you only do this, it's not going to work. For you to be able to have auto shipment, you need to have 110 points a month. This one has 77. So if I choose this, and I go to another X39 and I search for another patch, it can be Ion, it can be SP6, it can be any other one. I don't remember how many points. If it's more than 110 points, that already complies with your auto shipment. It doesn't have to be 2X39. So if I add this one, this other one can cost $60. Okay, now my monthly auto shipment is not 200, it's 150 or 160. Are you understanding this part? You can choose your auto shipment if you don't want to pay the 199. We always say it because the 199 is easier. That is why it's very important in this part. The other part is that when you enroll people who are new, today somebody wrote to me saying that they were having an issue with the subscription. And they called customer service and there was nobody in Spanish. And I never had that option because they ask you and you have the option with Spanish. Choose number 2 if you want Spanish. But they were having an issue with the enrollment. Okay, they don't know what's going on. So here in your new enrollment, when you're going to send this to the person, your link, this is what you have here. This is something that the people, okay, we're going to call people from customer service directly, the people that we have, to see what's going on there. God willing, between today and tomorrow, we're going to have an answer to that, because that can't be happening. That's unacceptable. Carlos, I'm sorry, this happened to me today. And what happens at the beginning is that you see like a computer, and when you click on that option of what you're requesting, automatically they transfer you to the person in Spanish. But you call them, it says the Spanish option, then you have like a recording in English. And there you have to continue the steps of what you're requesting, and then they communicate with the operator in Spanish. Okay, thank you, Mina. Thank you very much for that. I hope this helped somebody. But anyway, everything has to be in Spanish, not half and half. So this is something that I'm going to talk to the people that I know. Thank you, Mina, again. So up here, this is the link for the people who are here for the first time, the people who are new. And if you're not here and you've been here for a while, that is the link that you have to have everywhere. And this is easier. Where will I have this? In my notes or in my boards? So I took it out of boards because I'm constantly using the boards reel and to share my link when they want to register someone. I don't want that to happen, so I took it off from boards. So this on your iPhone notes, I don't know what Android is about. What so you just save it there on whatever. And this is what you can constantly use. Okay? And now that we're here in the enrollment packet, each person that you're going to talk to, they obviously, each person who is here, accessed via one of these bases. Is there anybody who entered in silver? Anybody with silver? Let us know, because tomorrow we have a meeting at 8:30 p.m. for everybody who enrolled as silver directly with me tomorrow. Francesca. Okay, so we are going to, these are the points 300, 380, 300, 525. Those are the points that when you enroll, you have 0. And personally, I like easy things. I like things to be easy. Don't get complicated. If you get complicated and you try to sell to somebody, there is a way you can do that via starter. You have to add the 199, X39 in the back. Forget about all that. These are the 3 that you need to focus on. If you don't want any of these, I'm going to send you to retail, and afterwards we'll talk to you. But focus on those 3, core, advanced, and premium. These are the ones that you are going to earn for each one of them. So when we are talking about the compensation plan of each one of those packs, you are going to earn for a starter, you're not going to earn anything, 0. You have to add an X39. The process gets complicated. It's going to take too long. And what happens? Something that nobody else has, which is time. Everybody needs time. 98% of the population doesn't know how to manage their time. So if you are going to enroll me and you're taking too long and things like that, I have 10,000 other things to do. I'm going to leave. I need to do this as fast as possible, as effectively as possible. Forget about getting all complicated. Hey, this is what we have, this, and that. You need to know that it is your job, and that's why I asked you. How important are you taking this business? What do you want from this business? Because it's your job to educate yourself they ask us the same question, same person constantly. And I'm not going to reply to that question. I won't answer. Not because I'm want to be rude. It's because if you get used to coming to me with all the questions, I'm not going to have a life because I am going to be your Google. I'm already my wife's Google, okay? I want to be yours too. I don't want to be Google for anybody else. So I'm going to go to boards. Go to boards. There's the information. It's very important that when you see these things, it's like learning to hunt. If I teach you how to hunt or how to fish, you're going to have food for the rest of your life. So everything that you sell, core, $35 in commissions, advanced 75, premium 405. Now, when you sell to somebody as a retail, this is that you're going to send one sleeve for $150. And this is where we have the part when we to play a role play, remember? No, I want 150. I don't know if you are going to remember. Rule number 1 is don't be in disagreement with your potential, with your prospect. Okay, perfect. You want a sleeve for $150 just to try it? Yes? Okay, perfect. I understand you. Now, you know that the owner of the company says at minimum you need to take 3 months with the patches. Why? Because there's a small chance, I think it's a 7% of people who need minimum 3 months, more than a month. Now, if you pay $150 and in 1 month there is no result, you're not going to see 2. You're going to lose $150. I can almost guarantee 98% for having the 3 months that you're going to see a result. 98% of the people want a result in minimum 3 months. So give the patch a chance to do what it was designed to do. And I want people to get out of here with that because, yeah, I'm going to earn $150, but what I want is a person to love the product and to want to continue in the business. Because only with one patch, only with one sleeve, good luck. Not a lot of things are going to come out from there. All right. Now the binary part. Okay. I think I made a drawing of this last time. I don't know if this helped you when we drew it or if you want to leave this as it is, but let's start using this. So this consists in different points. Are you with me? Everybody new? This is made up from different points. Okay. Look at this. You can see this. A core gives you 180. Oh no, I'm sorry. I want to do this a bit bigger. Core gives you 180 points. Advanced gives you 300 points. And 525, but it gives you more. It gives you 2 of 110 in the next 2 months. So why is that what you need to be looking at? That is a reason why of the importance of when you enrolled that you saw points already in your organization. Your upline gave you those points because this is a binary system. Binary means 2, by 2. So when you hear the word binary, bi in Greek is 2, 1, 2. In other companies, it's linear. It's built from here. Now this doesn't happen here. You build downward. So here in this company, when you enrolled, your upline gave you points. It could be 100 points, 200 points, 70,000 points. I don't know. It depends on who your upline is. So all those points start adding up. Are you with me? They all start adding up in each leg, right? So let's say that I have 5,000 points in this leg, okay? And in this leg here, you can see this little drawing here in the side. It's almost like, you know, that symbol of when you go to the restroom. That is a right leg. I have 5,000 points. Now on my left leg, I have 10,000 points. At the moment that this happens, that you automatically don't need to do the math anymore. You don't need to calculate this anymore. You don't have to get a calculator out to start playing around and do the math. Don't worry about it. You don't need to do that. Nothing of this needs to be done by you. This is going to be done automatically. So what happens? The system says your right leg has 5,000 and your left leg has 10,000. So automatically your right leg, because you have 5,000, becomes your weak leg. Why weak? Because you have less points than in the other leg. Are you with me until now? So now the system automatically starts to do the math. So on the right leg, where I have 5,000 points, he takes away 330 of the 5,000. Are you with me? And take away 660 of the other leg, where I have 10,000. So if I take this away and I want you to interact with me, I need to hurry up because I have a call at 7. If I take away 330 points of 5,000, how many points do I have left on my right leg? If there's 5,000 and I take 330 out of 5,000, how many points do I have left in this leg? Please put it in the chat. Exactly, Jenny. Perfect. Okay. And now on the other leg, I have 10,000 points. And in this leg, I'm going to take away 660. Why 660? Because it is the stronger leg. It has more volume. So how many points do I have here? 930. So what happens? Since I took away 330 from here and 660 from there, that became $50. Now I'm underneath that. Now I have 930, 9,340 here. And here I have 4,617. I do the same thing. 330 points on this leg, 660 points on this other leg. And we continue doing it like this. 330, 660, 330, 660. Until it finishes. Until we can close the cycles. So the more points that you have, the more cycles you close. Each cycle becomes $50. So each 330 points on one leg and 660 on the other leg are combined and become one cycle. No, you don't have to be a manager. So this, yes, exactly. It becomes 15 cycles. 15 cycles per $50. I don't remember what is the math, please. 50 times 15, 750. Thank you. So that is what you earned. So with the cycles, that's why the points are very important. That's why the auto shipment is very important. Why? Because all this adds up when you create points. That is why also we were teaching you about moving the legs, moving the right leg and the left leg. The people who are here, who are new for the first time here, this is a job. This is your business. Obviously, today we can't do everything. Tomorrow we have Q&A. No, on Thursday we're in Dallas with the company, so there's no training. But all these trainings are already recorded. You can see them. All this is explained, and it explains that you're going to give to the business what you're going to get out of it. This is something that we learned in 3 or 4 days when we started the business because we came here to learn. So it's very important. I understand that you don't understand because you're new. Now, what do I recommend you to do? This is something that you possibly heard for the first time. Don't worry, it's normal. You haven't heard about this before. But now, your job is to access boards, access the information channels where all the recordings are. And you know what? It's time to start studying because nobody accesses a new business or enrolls into a new business knowing about it. I didn't know about the product. I didn't know about this when I enrolled, but what do I know about it now? Because I studied. We need to study. We need to access and learn. We need to be experts in this business. Experts. Because if people don't understand and they don't know that you're an expert, they're not going to trust you. And people don't do anything if they don't trust. Do we agree on this? All right. Okay, I'm going to go a bit faster now for the rest. Okay, I already did this here. This is the binary part, which that's why it is so important. Auto shipment is so important. That's why it's constantly recruiting, recruiting, and recruiting again. I know that at the beginning I spoke about who we want to focus on. I know I did, right? But don't let your energy go to those other people. You have to talk to everybody, okay? That's true. Because you never know. But what I don't want you is to focus all your energy in talking to the incorrect people, okay? We talk to both of them. But if you're going to choose one, possibly it has to be to the person that has already generated money before. You understand? Let me see when I can do a class on this on Saturday because I want to talk to you about what it is that we're going to do via social media and what you're going to say and learn. I want you to enroll and see the reel that my wife and I just did that was posted yesterday. Yes, yesterday evening. I want you to analyze it. If you can access my social media, I want you to access and analyze most of the things that we talk about. It's constantly a problem, a pain, something that is going to capture your attention when I'm going to talk about something. If I don't have your attention in the first 2 seconds, you're not going to see me. It's going to be too fast. But yes, we're going to have a class about. Hi, core and advanced, do they earn the same commissions? Yes, Amelia, everybody earns the same commissions. Everybody earns. Yes, in my social media, and especially when we're talking about the products and the financial products of our other company, I want you to analyze how I talk about the product, you know? And let me give you an example. In one of them, we were talking about health insurance, but I don't go and say, hey, I want to be the health insurance. Do you? I don't go around saying that because nobody wants to hear that in the first place. What I do is that I go back and I say, what will happen tomorrow if you have a heart attack and you can't work, and who's going to feed your family? Wow, I never thought about that. Out of 3 people, 2 have cancer or are going to have a heart attack. Out of 3, which one are you? Wow, I stopped you there, right? There's a high chance that you're going to stop and see my video because I captured your attention. Who's going to feed your family tomorrow if you have a car accident and you can't work for 6 months? Do you have the money to be able to sustain your family? Do you have the money to pay your bills when you're on the street? Or did you choose under what bridge you're going to live? You see that it's a pain point? It's something important that I stopped you. You never thought about it before. What you can do for $100 a month, you can have this policy in which, if God willing, this doesn't happen, but if the day of tomorrow you have cancer, a heart attack, or any other issue, it's going to pay you 50% of the policy. So you have a policy of $1 million, it's going to give you $500 if you're alive for $200 a month. Is it worth it? My God, I never thought about that. And that is the marketing part. That is the marketing part. For many people, they start, hey, how are you? I'm Ainara, and look at this and this and that. And Ainara, sorry, I said your name because I just saw it randomly. Don't start shouting at me, but things like that. Because people don't really care about that. Because you know what? There's 10,000 other reels to see. So they're like just passing on and passing them and passing them and passing them. And if we don't capture that person's attention, we're not going to be able to do it. Look at the comment that I just included in the chat. Oh, they're already shouting at me on the phone. I'm going to grab you by the ears. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to log into another meeting. God bless you all and see you tomorrow. We have another call. God bless you. I hope you learned something. Bye.